Have you ever wondered how certain people seem to effortlessly manifest the life they desire, while others struggle, feeling disconnected from the flow of the universe? It's as if there is an invisible force guiding their every step, bringing them closer to their dreams in ways that feel serendipitous, even magical. This is the power of synchronicity, the mysterious alignment of events and experiences that seem to occur by sheer coincidence, but are actually deeply connected to our inner state and intentions. But how can we tap into this cosmic force? Can we really manifest everything we desire just by aligning ourselves with the universe's rhythm? And if so, why do some people struggle to see these signs while others seem to attract abundance effortlessly? In this video, we'll explore how to create synchronicity with the universe and manifest the life you've always dreamed of. Drawing on insights from experts like Dr. Joe Dispenza and Carl Jung, we will dive deep into the science, philosophy, and spirituality behind this powerful process. Together, we will uncover the hidden keys that can align your inner world with the vast energy of the cosmos, allowing you to attract everything you've ever wanted. Throughout this journey, we'll take a closer look at why so many of us experience moments of frustration, feeling stuck in our efforts to manifest change. The truth is, many of these obstacles are invisible but deeply rooted in our emotional and mental states. The good news? With the right tools and understanding, anyone can break through these barriers, and it all starts by recognizing the synchronistic messages that the universe is constantly sending. Are you ready to open yourself up to the power of synchronicity and manifest your deepest desires? Let's begin. One of the most profound misunderstandings about manifestation is that the mind alone has the power to shape our reality. While thoughts and intentions certainly play a critical role, they are not the whole story. In fact, it is often our emotions, our internal states, that determine how effectively we manifest our desires. When there is a mismatch or lack of coherence between our thoughts and emotions, it creates an invisible block that prevents synchronicity from flowing naturally. Many people, whether they are aware of it or not, are unaware that their thoughts and feelings are not aligned. You may consciously desire abundance, love, or health, but if deep within there is fear, doubt, or emotional resistance, this discordance will sabotage the process. The universe, in its vast and intricate intelligence, responds not only to the surface thoughts we think, but to the underlying emotional energy that we emit. This is where emotional coherence becomes vital. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a renowned neuroscientist and expert in the field of manifestation, has extensively studied how the brain and body interact with the field of energy around us. His research reveals that the brain and heart are in constant communication, and this connection forms the electromagnetic field that shapes our reality. When our thoughts and emotions are not in harmony, the energy field we create is fragmented. This fragmented energy, in turn, attracts fragmented experiences. Think of it like a radio signal. If the frequency is off, the universe can't tune into your desires clearly, causing confusion, frustration, and a lack of manifestation. Imagine that you are trying to tune into a specific radio station. Your mind, in this analogy, is the dial, your thoughts and intentions, but your emotions, your heart, are the frequency. If the two are out of sync, even if the dial is set to the right station, the music will not come through clearly. Similarly, if you are not emotionally aligned with what you desire, no matter how many affirmations or visualizations you do, the manifestation process will be hindered. The problem lies in the fact that many of us are operating in emotional dissonance without even realizing it. Perhaps you consciously affirm that you are worthy of wealth, yet subconsciously you may harbor feelings of inadequacy or guilt associated with money. Or you may desire a loving relationship, but deep down you fear vulnerability or rejection. These internal contradictions create an energetic imbalance, sending mixed signals to the universe and consequently blocking synchronicity. The emotional state you maintain every day is not only reflected in your experiences, but directly influences the way you interact with the world. Negative emotions such as fear, anger, guilt, and doubt hold a lower vibrational frequency. The law of attraction suggests that like attracts like, which means that when you are emitting these low-frequency emotions, you attract situations that mirror those feelings, challenges, struggles, and setbacks. On the other hand, emotions like gratitude, love, and joy vibrate at a much higher frequency and naturally attract positive opportunities and synchronicities. In practical terms, This emotional coherence means that you must feel the emotions of what you want to attract, as if they are already present in your life. It's not enough to simply think about abundance or love. You must embody the emotional state of already having it. This may sound like a simple concept, but it's one that many people overlook. The mind and heart must be in harmony, and when they are, the universe responds accordingly. It's important to note that achieving emotional coherence is not about suppressing negative emotions or pretending to feel positive when you don't. Authenticity in emotional expression is crucial for manifestation. It is about acknowledging the feelings you are experiencing without judgment, and then consciously choosing to shift your emotional state to one that aligns with your desires. For example, if you find yourself feeling anxious about financial instability, instead of ignoring or suppressing this anxiety, acknowledge it, sit with it, explore its source, and then choose to redirect your focus to a more empowering emotion. A powerful practice is to invoke feelings of gratitude for what you already have. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational emotions, and it can quickly shift your energy from a state of lack to one of abundance. By practicing gratitude for the smallest things in your life, you begin to attune yourself to the frequency of abundance, which in turn allows the universe to bring more opportunities aligned with that frequency into your life. Another practice that can help restore emotional coherence is visualization, but not just any kind of visualization. To truly align with your desires, you must visualize not only the external circumstances you wish to attract, but also the emotions associated with those circumstances. If you visualize yourself living in abundance, don't just imagine the house or the money. Allow yourself to feel the peace, security, and joy that would come with it. Engage all of your senses in this visualization. How does it feel in your body? How does it sound? How do you respond emotionally? The more real and vivid you can make this emotional experience, the more powerfully you align yourself with the energy of abundance. However, this emotional coherence also involves confronting the deeper emotions that may block the flow of synchronicity. Many individuals are unaware of the deep-seated fears, insecurities, and emotional wounds that they carry. These unresolved emotions act as powerful blocks to manifestation. They might be rooted in past experiences of rejection, failure, or trauma that continue to influence the way you perceive the world and respond to opportunities. To move beyond these blocks, it's necessary to practice emotional healing and release. Techniques such as meditation, journaling, or working with a therapist or energy healer can help bring these hidden emotions to the surface, allowing you to release them and replace them with higher vibrational states. The more you heal emotionally, the more open you become to experiencing synchronicity, as your energy field becomes clearer and more in tune with the universe's flow. The importance of emotional coherence cannot be overstated. Without it, no amount of positive thinking, affirmations, or spiritual practices can replace the underlying emotional frequency that you are emitting. As Dr. Joe Dispenza often teaches, the body is the subconscious mind. When we are emotionally out of alignment, our body sends out incoherent signals that attract corresponding experiences. Healing and realigning your emotional state is essential for clearing the path to synchronicity. When you achieve emotional coherence, something magical happens. The universe begins to mirror your inner state, creating synchronistic events that seem too precise to be coincidence. Doors open, opportunities arise, and the people, places, and resources you need to manifest your desires will appear. But this doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience, practice, and the willingness to show up every day in a state of emotional awareness and alignment. By understanding the invisible block of emotional incoherence and making the conscious choice to restore balance within, you are unlocking the gateway to greater synchronicity in your life. This is not about forcing the universe to bend to your will. It's about aligning your inner world with the flow of the cosmos so that everything you desire can flow toward you effortlessly. Remember, the universe is always responding to your energy. If you are willing to take the time to heal and align emotionally, you will begin to experience the beauty and flow of synchronicity as a natural part of your life. The more you practice emotional coherence, the more aligned you will become with the universe, and the more your desires will manifest in the most magical and meaningful ways. Many people view synchronicity as something purely mystical or spiritual, an abstract concept that happens randomly or only by chance. The truth is far more fascinating and empowering. Synchronicity is not just a cosmic accident or an illusion, it is a fundamental principle that can be explained through science. The connection between our inner states and the universe is not just philosophical, it is deeply rooted in the principles of quantum physics and neuroscience. Understanding this scientific basis can help us embrace synchronicity, not as a mysterious force beyond our control, but as a real, tangible phenomenon that we can actively engage with and use to manifest our desires. Carl Jung, who first coined the term synchronicity, viewed these meaningful coincidences as the universe's way of guiding us toward deeper understanding and alignment with our true path. He believed that these events were not random, but a manifestation of an underlying order in the cosmos, a system that connects everything in the universe, even if we cannot always see it. Jung suggested that synchronicity was the bridge between the inner world of our psyche and the external world of objective reality. To him, these meaningful coincidences were not just spiritual phenomena, they were a reflection of the interconnectedness of all things. However, while Jung's theories brought profound insight into the spiritual nature of synchronicity, modern science, particularly quantum physics and neuroscience, provides the tools to understand how synchronicity works on a molecular and energetic level. The universe is not just a random assortment of particles and events, it is a unified field of energy, with all elements vibrating at specific frequencies. We are not separate from this field, rather, we are constantly interacting with it. This interaction, this exchange of energy, is the key to understanding synchronicity and attraction. At the heart of this understanding is the concept of vibration. Everything in the universe, including ourselves, is made up of energy that vibrates at a particular frequency. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs all generate specific vibrations, and these vibrations interact with the energetic field of the universe. This interaction is what allows synchronicities to occur. When your energy is in alignment with the frequency of your desires, you attract experiences, people, and opportunities that resonate with that frequency. This is the essence of the law of attraction, the idea that like attracts like. Quantum physics offers a scientific explanation for how this energetic interaction works. According to quantum theory, everything in the universe is interconnected through a field called the quantum field. This field is invisible to the naked eye, but it is the matrix that connects all things. In this field, particles are not fixed in one location, but exist in a state of possibility, meaning they are constantly fluctuating between different states. This means that reality is not as solid or fixed as we may believe. Instead, it is fluid, and our thoughts and intentions have the power to influence the state of the quantum field. One of the most famous principles of quantum physics is the concept of entanglement, which states that particles can be instantaneously connected to each other, no matter how far apart they are. This phenomenon challenges our traditional understanding of space and time, suggesting that there is an underlying connection between all things, even across vast distances. In the context of manifestation, this principle suggests that the universe is constantly communicating with us through this interconnected quantum field, and our thoughts and emotions play a role in directing the flow of energy within it. This scientific understanding of energy and vibration helps explain why some people seem to attract synchronicities effortlessly, while others struggle. The difference lies in the frequency at which they are vibrating. When your inner world, your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, is in harmony with the energy of your desires, the universe responds by sending you opportunities, people, and experiences that align with that energy. These alignments are often perceived as coincidences, but in reality, they are the result of your energetic resonance with the world around you. Neuroscience also plays a crucial role in understanding how synchronicity works. Dr. Joe Dispenza's work on the brain and the body's connection to the energy field of the universe reveals how the subconscious mind and the body create an electromagnetic field that shapes our reality. The brain generates electrical activity that influences our thoughts and emotions, which in turn creates a vibrational frequency. This frequency interacts with the electromagnetic field around us, attracting experiences and events that resonate with the energy we are emitting. Dr. Dispenza's research shows that when we are in a state of coherence, when our thoughts and emotions are aligned, we are able to tap into the field of infinite possibilities. This state of coherence allows us to access the quantum field and align ourselves with the flow of synchronicity. Conversely, when we are in a state of incoherence, when our emotions and thoughts are in conflict, we disrupt our energy field, making it difficult for the universe to respond to our desires. This is why emotional coherence is so important for manifestation. It directly influences the energy we emit and determines the synchronicities that come into our lives. But how does the universe respond to our energetic frequency? The answer lies in the concept of resonance. Resonance occurs when two objects or systems vibrate at the same frequency, creating a powerful alignment. This is the process by which synchronicity happens. When your energy resonates with the frequency of your desires, the universe begins to mirror that energy, creating events and circumstances that match your internal state. This is why it often feels like things fall into place effortlessly when you are in a state of alignment. The universe, through its interconnected quantum field, is simply reflecting your energy back to you. This is not to say that synchronicity happens without effort. The key to attracting synchronicities is not to force them or try to control the outcome, but to align your energy with your desires. The more you practice emotional coherence, the more you attune yourself to the frequency of your desires. This alignment allows the universe to respond in ways that may seem miraculous or serendipitous. It's not magic, but rather the natural result of energetic resonance. The power of synchronicity also lies in its timing. Many times we try to force events to happen according to our own timeline, but the universe operates on its own schedule. As we discussed in the previous chapter, attempting to control the timing of events can block the flow of synchronicity. Trusting the process and allowing events to unfold in their own time is a crucial step in manifestation. The universe, operating through the quantum field, knows exactly when to deliver what we need, often in ways that we could never have predicted or imagined. Ultimately, understanding the scientific nature of synchronicity helps us move beyond the idea that it is a mysterious or random event. Synchronicity is a reflection of the interconnectedness of all things, the natural result of our energy interacting with the quantum field. It is a law of nature, not a coincidence. By aligning our thoughts, emotions, and intentions with the frequency of our desires, we can tap into this powerful force and attract the life we desire. The universe is not separate from us. It is an extension of us, always responding to the energy we emit. The more you understand and apply the science behind synchronicity, the more you can consciously engage with this powerful force. By becoming aware of your vibrational frequency and learning how to align it with your desires, you unlock the ability to manifest your dreams in a way that feels natural and effortless. The universe is always listening, always responding, and when you are in tune with its frequency, you will begin to experience synchronicity on a level that transforms your life. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that we must force things to happen at a specific time. Whether it's achieving career success, finding the perfect relationship, or manifesting financial abundance, we often feel the pressure of deadlines and timelines. We set goals with strict dates and expectations, and when things don't unfold according to plan, frustration sets in. The belief that we need to control the timing of our desires can lead us to make a critical mistake that blocks the flow of synchronicity, trying to force events to unfold on our terms, rather than surrendering to the divine timing of the universe. At the core of this mistake is the illusion of control. We live in a society that values productivity, efficiency, and instant results. We're conditioned to believe that if we work hard enough and set clear intentions, everything should happen exactly when we want it to. However, this mindset is not only unrealistic, but it is also counterproductive to the natural process of manifestation and synchronicity. The universe operates on its own timeline, one that is far grander and more intricate than anything our limited human minds can comprehend. Trying to impose our own sense of timing onto the universe interferes with its natural flow and can prevent us from experiencing the synchronicity that we desire. Divine timing, in essence, is the understanding that everything happens in its own perfect moment, even if we don't yet understand why. The universe has a rhythm, and when we align ourselves with that rhythm, we begin to experience a sense of ease and flow in our lives. Think of nature for a moment. Plants do not rush their growth. They don't force their leaves to emerge prematurely or push their flowers to bloom before the time is right. Every tree, every flower, and every seed follows a natural process, growing and blooming according to its unique timing. Human beings, too, are part of this natural rhythm. Just as a seed must first sprout, grow roots, and take time to nurture itself before it can blossom, so too must we trust that our desires will manifest in their own time, based on the foundation we have created within ourselves. The issue arises when we resist this natural flow. We often feel that if something is meant to happen, it should happen now. We push, we force, and we stress over the timing of events, causing anxiety and frustration when things don't unfold as we planned. This impatience leads to the exact opposite of what we desire. When we try to rush the process, we create resistance, which in turn blocks the synchronicity we seek. The universe cannot respond to a hurried or anxious energy. It responds to a calm, surrendered, and open energy. In his work, Dr. Joe Dispenza emphasizes the importance of emotional regulation and mental alignment in creating the conditions for manifestation. However, he also highlights that trying to control the timing of our manifestations can block their realization. When we try to force events to unfold according to our timeline, we are essentially telling the universe that we do not trust its ability to bring us what we need when we need it. This lack of trust creates a disconnect between us and the flow of energy, which then blocks synchronicity from entering our lives. The truth is that divine timing is not something we can control, but something we must learn to trust. The process of manifestation, like the process of growth in nature, unfolds gradually. There are moments of preparation, moments of waiting, and moments of growth that cannot be rushed. If we try to force the process, we risk missing out on the lessons and growth that come with the waiting period. This waiting time is often the most important part of our journey, as it allows us to learn patience, trust, and surrender. Without these qualities, we would not be able to fully appreciate the manifestation when it finally arrives. So how can we stop trying to control the timing of our desires and instead trust in the divine timing of the universe? The key is to cultivate a mindset of surrender and faith. Surrendering does not mean giving up on your desires, nor does it mean that you are not working toward your goals. It simply means releasing the need to dictate exactly when and how things will unfold. It is about trusting that the universe has a plan for you, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. One of the most powerful ways to practice surrender is through mindfulness and presence. When we are fully present in the moment, we stop worrying about what is yet to come and begin to enjoy the journey as it unfolds. We stop obsessing over timelines and start appreciating the present moment for what it is. This practice of presence allows us to align more deeply with the flow of synchronicity, making it easier for the universe to bring us what we need when we need it. Another key practice in letting go of control is gratitude. When we express gratitude for where we are right now, rather than constantly wishing for something different, we send a powerful signal to the universe that we are in alignment with the present moment. Gratitude shifts our energy from lack and frustration to abundance and appreciation. It helps us release the grip of impatience and opens us up to receive the synchronicity that is already on its way. There is a profound lesson in the way the universe operates on its own time. In our human lives, we tend to think that we know what is best, that we know exactly when and how our desires should come to fruition. But the universe sees a much bigger picture. The synchronicities that manifest in our lives are not accidents, nor are they the result of our forceful efforts. They are the result of the divine orchestration of events that align perfectly when we are ready to receive them. We may not always understand why things are happening when they are, or why certain opportunities or people come into our lives at the exact moment we need them. But when we release our attachment to a specific outcome or timeline, we make space for the universe to work its magic. The more we trust divine timing, the more we begin to see how everything is connected, how every delay, every challenge, and every seeming detour is a necessary part of our growth and evolution. The idea of surrendering to divine timing is not always easy, especially in a world that constantly urges us to push, strive, and achieve. But when we learn to let go of the need to control everything, we create the space for synchronicity to flow freely into our lives. Trusting that the universe is working on our behalf, even when we can't see the full picture, is the key to allowing our desires to unfold naturally and effortlessly. Remember, the universe's timing is always perfect. What you are waiting for is already on its way, but it must arrive in its own time, in the perfect way and at the perfect moment. The more we align ourselves with this natural rhythm, the more we will experience the magic of synchronicity in our lives. The universe is always at work, guiding us toward our highest good, but we must trust its timing, surrender to the process, and let go of the need to control how and when everything will manifest. The idea of synchronicity is often shrouded in mystery, as if it were something magical that only a few can truly understand. However, the truth is that synchronicity is a natural law of the universe, and we all have the ability to recognize and utilize it in our lives. The key to harnessing the power of synchronicity lies in our ability to tune in to the subtle signs and align ourselves with the energy that attracts the opportunities and experiences we desire. Recognizing synchronicity is an essential skill in the manifestation process. It's not just about waiting for grand, life-altering moments to appear, but learning to notice the smaller, more subtle signals that are always present. The universe speaks to us in whispers, often through signs that might seem trivial or coincidental. These signs are the universe's way of showing us that we are on the right path, that we are in alignment with our desires, and that we are being guided toward our highest good. But how can we begin to recognize these signs and interpret them correctly? And once we recognize them, how can we use them to manifest the life we truly desire? The first step in recognizing synchronicity is developing an awareness of the present moment. Most of us spend much of our time in a state of distraction, either focused on the past or worrying about the future. This constant mental chatter prevents us from tuning in to the subtle cues that the universe is sending our way. Synchronicity often comes in the form of seemingly ordinary events, but these events are filled with deeper meaning when we are present and open to them. For example, you might meet someone unexpectedly who shares a piece of information that leads you to the perfect opportunity. Or you might hear a song on the radio that seems to speak directly to what you are going through. These small moments might seem insignificant, but when you are aware and tuned in, you begin to see them as signs of alignment. The more you practice being present, the more you will begin to notice these synchronicities unfolding in your life. Another important aspect of recognizing synchronicity is cultivating an attitude of curiosity and openness. Often, we are so focused on our desired outcomes that we overlook the signs that don't fit our expectations. Synchronicity isn't always about big dramatic events. Sometimes it's about the subtle nudges and small events that guide us in the right direction. To recognize these signs, we need to release our attachment to a specific outcome and instead trust that the universe will provide what we need when we need it. This requires a shift in mindset from one of control to one of trust. When we are fixated on controlling the details of our lives, how and when things should happen, we block the flow of synchronicity. By trusting that the universe knows what is best for us and that it is always working in our favor, we open ourselves up to receiving the signs and opportunities that are meant to guide us. This is where faith comes into play. Faith is not about waiting for something to happen, but about knowing that the universe is always working behind the scenes, bringing together the perfect people, situations, and experiences at the perfect time. As you become more aware of the signs and synchronicities in your life, it's important to learn how to interpret them. This involves developing a deeper connection with your intuition, which is often the guiding force behind synchronicity. Intuition is the inner wisdom that allows you to sense when something is aligned with your desires or when it's leading you away from your path. When you experience a synchronicity, pay attention to how it makes you feel. Does it feel like a confirmation, like a sign that you are on the right track? Or does it feel like a red flag, signaling that you need to reconsider your direction? Learning to trust your intuition is an essential part of recognizing and using synchronicity. It's not always about following logical reasoning or planning every step of your life. Sometimes the universe presents us with opportunities that don't fit into our carefully constructed plans, and it's in these moments that we must trust our gut feeling to guide us. Synchronicity often involves stepping outside of our comfort zones and embracing the unknown. It requires a willingness to be open to the unexpected and to trust that the universe has a greater plan for us than we can currently see. One of the most powerful ways to use synchronicity to create the life of your dreams is to actively align your intentions with the flow of the universe. This means being clear about what you want to manifest and then taking inspired action when the opportunities present themselves. Manifestation is not a passive process. It requires us to act when the signs appear and to trust that we are being guided toward our desires. When you recognize a synchronicity, don't hesitate to follow through on it. Whether it's making a phone call, sending an email, or taking a different route home, these small actions can lead to big results. The more you take inspired action, the more synchronicities will begin to unfold in your life. Each time you act in alignment with the universe, you strengthen your connection to the flow of synchronicity. This creates a positive feedback loop, where the more you trust and act on the signs, the more the universe sends you opportunities and guidance. This is the beauty of synchronicity. It's not just about recognizing the signs, but about responding to them with courage, faith, and an open heart. Another important aspect of using synchronicity in the manifestation process is practicing patience. The universe's timing is always perfect, even if it doesn't align with our expectations. This is where the concept of surrender comes into play. Surrendering to the process of manifestation means letting go of the need to control the outcome and trusting that everything is unfolding as it should. Patience allows us to step back and watch the synchronicities unfold in their own time, without forcing or rushing the process. There will be moments when you may feel uncertain or frustrated, wondering why things aren't happening as quickly as you'd like. During these times, remember that synchronicity operates on its own timetable, and the universe is preparing the perfect conditions for your desires to manifest. Trust in the process and know that your efforts are being supported, even when it doesn't seem obvious. As you continue to recognize and use synchronicity, you will find that your life begins to unfold in ways that are beyond your imagination. Opportunities will appear seemingly out of nowhere. People will enter your life at the perfect moment, and you will find yourself in the right place at the right time. This is the magic of synchronicity, a process that is not random, but deeply interconnected with the energy we put into the world. By aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the flow of the universe, you begin to create the life of your dreams. In essence, synchronicity is not a one-time event. It is a continuous flow that is always available to us. The more we tune into this flow, the more we realize that our desires are not separate from us, but an intrinsic part of the universe's grand design. By learning to recognize and respond to synchronicity, we tap into a limitless source of guidance and support that can help us manifest everything we've ever desired. The key is to trust in the process, stay open to the signs, and take inspired action. When you do, the universe will respond in ways that are beyond your wildest dreams. As we journey through life, it's easy to feel disconnected, as though we are adrift in a sea of randomness. But the truth is, the universe is always guiding us, always aligning the events and people we need at precisely the right time. Synchronicity is not just a mysterious force reserved for a select few. It is a natural law that we all have the ability to tap into. When we align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with the flow of the universe, we open ourselves to an endless stream of opportunities, guidance, and support. By recognizing and embracing synchronicity, we are not simply waiting for life to happen to us. We become co-creators with the universe, actively participating in the manifestation of our desires. The key is to trust, to surrender, and to remain open to the signs and signals the universe is constantly sending. The more we practice emotional coherence, patience, and inspired action, the more synchronicity we will experience in our lives. This journey is not about forcing our desires into existence. It's about allowing them to unfold in perfect timing, knowing that the universe is always working in our favor. Remember, you are never alone in this process. The universe is your partner, always responding to the energy you put out. And when you learn to listen and trust its guidance, the life of your dreams is already on its way. So, are you ready to align with the universe and start experiencing synchronicity in your life? Are you willing to trust the process and step into the flow of manifestation? If so, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more insights and practices on how to manifest your desires and live the life you've always dreamed of. Stay tuned and keep watching the video on the screen to dive even deeper into the power of synchronicity. Let's continue this journey together.